Hello, Chris Kirschner here with REMAX The Islands in sunny Southwest Florida. On a regular basis, I'm asked questions such as, how's the local market? Are we headed for another burst? And what is impacting our housing market the most? So I'd like to share with you some important factors to consider if you or someone you know is thinking about purchasing or selling a home. Mortgage rate increases, a low inventory of homes, and the red tide are currently having the greatest impacts on our local market. And with these future mortgage rate increases, combined with the low inventory of homes, now may be one of the best times to make a move on real estate. According to new data released from a reliable real estate research firm, CoreLogic, the nation's housing inventory remains low and is still under a 6-month supply that is needed for a normal housing market. We have been seeing signs of the market shifting towards the buyer's favor lately, but with mortgage rates continuing to rise and the projections of a 5% increase in the price of homes over the next year, according to the National Association of Realtors, it may not be in your best interest to wait for that change. For instance, a typical mortgage payment jumped just above 13% over the last year due to only a 0.6% increase in the mortgage rate. And experts are predicting another 10% increase in a buyer's mortgage payment by July of 2019. The feds are hiking up rates for a reason. Our economy is roaring, and unemployment is at an all-time low. As this continues, home sales will remain strong even as rates increase. While mortgage payments are on the rise, they're still low by historical standards. In July of 2018, the typical mortgage payment was roughly 27% below the all-time peak of $1,280 in July of 2006. The average mortgage rate in June of 2006 was 6.7% compared to the 4.5% this past July. Right now, the current 30-year fixed-rate mortgage is averaged at 4.94%. A 15-year rate mortgage is averaged at 4.33%, according to Freddie Mac's publication released this past Thursday. Last year at this time, a 30-year fixed-rate mortgage was under 4%. Now, I'm not a mortgage expert, but I do my part to keep myself educated for my customers, and I work with many great mortgage experts and will be happy to make introductions to help you figure out what type of mortgage is best for you. With signs of our market shifting to a so-called buyer's market, many of you want to know, are we headed for another steep downturn? I truly do not believe so, and neither do most other experts. We have had a gradual decrease in the median sale price lately, but prices have been gradually rising since the recession. Real estate prices are predicted to remain stable over the next few years, and current trends point more towards a plateau state versus a steep peak or valley. Currently, the median sale price in the area is up from last year by almost 5% for single-family homes and over 7% for attached villas, or attached homes such as villas or condos. The amount of active listings has increased as well by roughly 4.5% for all homes. These are signs of a stable market. There are many benefits to owning a home, such as building equity instead of paying rent, pride of ownership, and the numerous tax breaks. So be sure to be aware of all the tax breaks that may be available to you as a current or a future homeowner. Mortgage interest may be one of the larger breaks you receive from owning a home. Interest paid throughout the year is deductible when you file your taxes for mortgages up to $1 million when issued prior to mid-December of 2017. And for mortgages up to $750,000 for any loans thereafter. You should receive a 1098 from your lender showing the interest paid that you just submit with your taxes. Some of you may also qualify to deduct your PMI or private mortgage insurance and or points. Some energy-saving home improvements to your primary residence can earn you an additional $500 credit. And remember, a credit is worth more than a deduction because it's dollar for dollar. Another major benefit is the tax-free profit on the sale of your home, but it must be your primary residence and you must have lived in the home for over 2 years. But then any profit up to $250,000 is tax-free for a single person and $500,000 for a married couple. You can use this exclusion over and over. The IRS also has a soft side. Who knew? Partial exclusions are available for those who need to sell their home early, and due to employment changes, health reasons, or and or for unforeseen circumstances such as divorce, multiple births from a single pregnancy. Also, I just want to know, I'm not a mortgage expert or a tax expert, but I keep myself educated for my customers. I do know some great tax consultants out there that can assist you further if you have any questions. But lastly, I want to discuss some local news. Red tide has had a heavy impact on our area over the last year. The cause for this and the size and strength of this red tide is open to interpretation, but many think freshwater releases from Lake Okeechobee are having and have had the greatest impacts. These experts think the releases from numerous farms and agriculture bring fertilization and nutrients into the Gulf, increasing the magnitude of the red tide bloom. The good news is President Trump just signed a Water Resource Development Act of 2018. The bill authorizes the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers to begin work on a reservoir south of the lake. This project will create a new outlet for Lake Okeechobee that will redirect a significant amount of water, reducing the harmful excess discharges from the Caloosahatchee and St. Lucie estuaries. Pressing for this project funding is the next step to assuring clean waters for our future. I should also mention, red tide is naturally occurring. This bloom was first recorded in the 16th century by a Spanish explorer in Florida. It's also a global issue. Today, the coastal areas in Lee and Collier County are showing little to no signs of the red tide. The water seems to be getting clearer by the day, and the marine life is starting to recover. Some counties still are having and are being affected on each coast of Florida. This bloom can shift, though, with the currents. The closest areas being affected to us is Charlotte Pinellas County, just to the north. How will this affect the real estate market? I believe we'll have some short-term effects, but overall, the market will continue to improve over the long term. With some forward thinking and continued pressure on our government officials, we can help reduce the occurrence and strength of future red tide blooms. Floridians and folks from all over the country are pushing for the Everglades restoration harder than ever before. It's empowering and exciting to watch fishermen, young people, snowbirds, and local governments unite over the protection and the restoration of our coastal and Everglade wetlands. Our local communities are waking up to the importance of preserving and protecting the natural resources that make our state and area such a wonderful place to live and visit. I hope you have found this video informative. For more information on these topics, please see the links provided or feel free to give me a call. Thank you for your time and have a great day.